Welcome to the Vernon Hills Update. The update offers information about a variety of village services. You'll meet a few of your neighbors and you'll find out about upcoming events. On today's show, we'll talk with the Summer Celebration volunteers to see what's in store for this year's summer celebration, planned for July 19th through the 22nd at Century Park. We'll touch base with Vernon Hills Public Works Director Dave Brown to learn about the village's pond management program as well as other tasks at hand for the Vernon Hills Public Works Department. We'll run down the lineup for the always free Arbor Theater Concert Series, which kicks off on Thursday, June 22nd with the musical group Spoken For. We'll learn about this year's 4th of July parade and festivities, including how you can get involved in the village parade. And we'll stop in at Countryside Fire to talk with fireman Tony Rodkey about the dangers of sparklers and other personal fireworks. Thank you for tuning into the Vernon Hills Update.
Well, it's summer celebration time, finally. I mean, it was the world's longest winter. But July 19th through the 22nd in Century Park, that's when we all get together as a community. And a lot of that work is thanks to these volunteers here. This is our summer celebration volunteer committee, or at least part of it. They have a lot of meetings and they're here tonight to talk to us a little bit. We're with Kathy Zerillo and her team. And Kathy, first of all, you've been doing this a long time.
Very long time.
You have any idea? Like
Over 20 years, I think now.
20 years.
3 or 4 years as the chairperson.
Well, and when you think about it, the community has grown immensely. Summer celebration has grown and changed because for the people that might not know it, it started out as like a neighborhood picnic.
Way before I was here, yes, it was a neighborhood picnic. And now it's grown into a nice celebration for summer.
Yeah, multi-days, music, free music, rides, food, beverages.
And games, lots of games.
Lots of games, lots of things for families to do. Yes. So it's been going on for a long time. Now, and as we said, it's volunteers. Some communities you go to their rib fests or whatever in other towns, it's all put on by, they pay a corporation to come in and do it. This is all the community. It's volunteers, it's corporations out there helping out, it's everybody pitching in.
All the local companies, we ask for donations. They've been very generous. Everyone here has been in the village, worked in the village, been part of this team for a long time, just as volunteers, and have developed into roles where they're actually leading some of the events that we are having.
So you guys kind of transition your leadership team because it's a lot of knowledge you have to pass along for how this thing goes together. Just like, like for instance, who's in charge of all the porta potties? Like who's that guy? Oh, that's you. Yay. Brandon is the porta potty king. Excellent. But you're in charge of like just helping get the ground set up.
Yeah, so I help with logistics, working with Village Public Works, the Police Department, and the Park District to help get everything set up and make sure it's all running smoothly, and then also help with tear down and that it gets done quickly as well.
And you just mentioned some of those partners out there that, it is like the Park District and Public Works and the police and Countryside Fire, everybody, and even the Sheriff's Department plays a big role in that.
Yes, the Sheriff's Department sends volunteer sheriffs to help with traffic. Public Works is the main backbone of that entire event. They do so well with getting it set up and making sure everything's working okay for us.
Excellent. Well, and it's like a well-oiled machine. Now, Kyle, I was told that your title this year is Jack of all trades.
Yes.
Yeah, but so I understand but tell me a little bit about what you've been doing because you grew up in this.
Yes, so I've been doing it for pretty much my entire life here in the village. This year I'm helping a lot more with our volunteers. So we obviously need a lot of people to kind of make this whole thing happen. We're all volunteers and we kind of ask the village to help us out. So it's a great way to get out in the community. It's a great way to know people, meet people in the village especially too. So if you visit the website, we have the link up there to sign up for, it's sort of a 4-hour shift and you can come, you can give beer tickets out, be in the carnival, see how excited everybody is, how excited all the kids are, going on the rides all summer long.
Yeah, and there is, and it's one of those things that I know it's easy to sign up for because I know, Danielle, you talked about that last year. You got it so you can sign up online. You don't even have to call somebody. You can just click at home, pick your slot, and help out.
Right. Volunteer spot is where you're going to go. You'll go on there and you can pick your time. You can pick what you want to do. You can pour beer if you'd like or sell some tickets. We have air-conditioned booths for those tickets. Keep that in mind. But we need all the volunteers we can get, and we reach out to the community. We do have lots of businesses too that partake in the volunteering also, whether it be banks or local restaurants, and they can wear their shirts from their work and represent their company while they're volunteering also, which also shows a lot of support.
It's that community pride, that community thing going on. And I know children are a huge part of our community, so I'm going to jump to the end of the line. Let's talk about kids events, because especially during the day, you've got a lot of things for kids and families.
Yes, well, obviously we have the rides, which are a big hit, but we do have special children's entertainment taking place on the weekends. Volunteers, and all of it's made possible via sponsorship. Like we said, we have these community partners. But the afternoons of Saturday and Sunday, we invite all the families, the kids, kids at heart to come out. We have free crafts, we have face painting, we have balloon animals. Howard with A to Z Entertainment, he's a local, he's amazing. He comes out, we have a kids game show. It's something you have to see to believe. It's a great time. The kids are actually up interacting, dancing, playing. There's a lot of really fun things that take place. It's all free, and we want more people to come out, so come and see us.
So that's like Saturday and Sunday?
Correct. And I should mention we also have a petting zoo that's going to be there on Sunday. And in fact, we have a special partnership this year with Home Depot. We're going to be doing some builder kits on Saturday. So it's not just going to be the usual playing with all of the crafts, although that's going to be there too. So everyone in the family should have something to do if they come out and join us.
And again, it's all free because thanks to the community and to sponsorships. And now I heard there's karaoke too, so people can get involved.
Sunday afternoon, we're doing karaoke after our bags tournament. And yes, it's filling up fast. We did it last year for the first time. This is our second time doing it, backed by popular demand. And there are still some spots open if you want to head over to our website and sign up. I would do that as soon as possible.
When you say karaoke, though, do you have to be you don't have to be professional caliber, it's neighbors.
It is. It's fun. And you're on stage. What's cool about that is that
On the big stage,
on the big stage. Yes. And so that is awesome. So we're really excited to get that going. And we almost have like a full roster for that. So how cool is that?
So when you talk about, do you have to be like a certain age for that?
I think we said 16 and up, but it could possibly be younger. I think we don't want young kids up there singing, but I mean, we do invite everybody out for it. It's fun. Everybody has a good time. Last year we had a great turnout. We had some talented people up on stage last year, so we're really excited this year.
It's fun to go watch too. So, and have we talked about food? Who can talk about food? Who wants to talk about food a little bit? Kathy, you want to talk about food?
I know right now we've confirmed 11 vendors. I think this year we have 3 food trucks that are coming. The usual carnival fare, but we do have some new ones. I think we have I'm trying to remember, a cheesecake company, more of a dessert company coming this year. Ice cream, corn. You have to have the corn and the basics: hamburgers, hot dogs, pizza. At this time, we still have openings for food vendors, so that's why it's not firmed up.
Okay, so if anybody's interested, hurry up and talk to these guys, and you can get in. So
On the website too.
Okay, so you can check the website, and it's got this schedule. We haven't even gotten to the music yet, so that's the key. We're holding that kind of till the end, but the idea is you come in. There's no cost to get into Summer Celebration. The music is free. The kids' things are free. Being in karaoke is free. The bags tournament, I think there's a reservation.
Bags tournament's free as well. I definitely recommend registering online in advance. We only take 64 teams, and we've been there pretty much every year. So if you are interested, the bags tournament Sunday afternoon, and show up with a partner, sign up in advance, and then we typically get prizes donated from the local community buildings and offices and restaurants. Yes, 21 and older for the bags tournament because it is also part sponsored by the beer distributor.
So that means usually it's good prizes too then, right?
Yes.
Whenever the distributors are involved, they're very generous. So, well, and can somebody, before we talk about the music, there's a car show too. Now it's changed days. So the car show with the heart, because the small registration fee goes to a good cause.
Yes, so the car show is going to be Saturday this year. We are still working out the final details on the cause it goes to, but it is a donation that goes to a good cause for charity. This is, I believe, the 5th annual, so it's been bigger and bigger every year, leveraging BGV Motorsports to help us out with that. And it's right on the south side of the grounds in the parking lot where OPA used to be.
So we've covered a lot of stuff. Shuttle bus, will there be a shuttle bus from no shuttle bus? Never mind about that. You can park at the mall and walk over. It's not that far. Park in some of the office places, they'll let you. But okay, now the big grand finale. It's time to talk about the music. Free concerts that everybody looks forward to. So tell us what's up.
On Thursday, we're kicking off with Henneberry. They're a local act. It's backed by popular demand. We've gotten a ton of requests for them. So come on out, jam. Starts at 7 o'clock, and following that, we'll have the fireworks. On Friday, we're having Modern Day Romeos and Mike and Joe. I think we're still trying to find out if they're going to tag team it back and forth or if it's going to be their first set. And then on Saturday, we have the James Barker Band, who will begin at 7 o'clock. And then we're happy to announce David Nail would be our main act on Saturday.
Now, David Nail, everybody was like swooning. So he's like
He's a country, up-and-coming country star. So we're very excited to have him out here.
yeah, everybody's really excited. Is anybody ready to sing some of the songs so you can let them in? So,
Yes,
that's part of your job.
yes, it is. I will be dancing, so just look for me.
So and to remind people, that part's free. You don't have to buy a ticket ahead. You come in and you can bring your blanket and sit down.
Exactly. And come early, get your spot, get some food, go on some of the rides, and just enjoy the night.
Excellent. So, and then you cap it off with the karaoke on the last day.
Yes, how fun. Yes.
Exactly. So this is what's going on. And for the Windy City Amusements, they'll be back with your typical carnival. So this is really an all-family event. And that's where sometimes they'll have like the wristband specials. That's where you can look online to figure out what day is the cheapest day to go when you got your kids, right?
Yes, we will definitely have wristband specials Thursday night, Saturday and Sunday afternoon, and possibly Friday night and Saturday night as well.
Okay, so it's always good to check the website, so then you know when to let your kids run, because when you've got that wristband, you can ride a lot of rides for a long time. So that's kind of the recap this year from our volunteers for Summer Cell. Great year coming up. Everybody's excited. Go to the website, make sure you know what's going on, write it on your calendar. If you want to help, they can always use the help, and it's a great way to get involved in the community, meet your neighbors, get involved in something, because this is your heart and soul, but you got room for more people's heart and soul. So thank you. So thank you for all you guys do, and here's to another great Summer Cell.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's a lovely day out here in Vernon Hills. And when the weather gets nice, you'd think to yourself, well, Public Works has it easy. There isn't any more snow coming, we don't think. And we know that keeps you busy all winter. But we're here with Dave Brown, the Public Works Director, Village Engineer. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that happens through Public Works over the summertime. And one of those things that is kind of on your mind right now is pond work. We have a lot of ponds, we have a lot of bodies of water, and sometimes they get a little stanky, and you have to work on that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're very pleased that winter is over. It was somewhat mild, so we're thankful for that. But now we're moving into spring, and as you can tell, everything's in bloom. We got the grass to cut. We need ponds to take care of. Get all of our different buildings that are seasonal unwinterized, so that kids can play baseball, football, etc. So it keeps us plenty busy. In terms of the ponds, We used to have a program that was an Adopt a Pond program, and homeowners would pay 50% of it, and the village would contribute the other half. And it wasn't overly effective. So I reached out to a couple of different vendors. We had conversations of how to approach this. And we talked about it would save them money and it would cost us less money if we partnered on having them address it early in the season. So we have abandoned the Adopt a Pond program, and the village board last year and this year has financed the program to address algae. For this year, it's been interesting because of a more mild winter. We didn't have ice over some of our ponds or snow, and so more light is hitting into the algae at the bottom of the ponds, and so all the nutrients are there just waiting for nice weather, and we got some nice weather. And so we're dealing with the algae blooms. We do have a program in place, and it's for the whole season. So you'll see our contractors, Clark Aquatics, and they are out treating the ponds. It's a consistent cycle that algae drops to the bottom and then it floats to the surface, and so we have a program, we're working on it, and you'll see a lot of good things happening soon.
Okay, so like you said, that goes on all summer. They're monitoring and seeing what needs to be done. It's a natural cycle, so it's just what you have, but you just don't want it where that algae chokes out the whole pond, because that's when the pond, the aquatic life gets choked out and everything.
Yeah, it just makes for a healthier ecosystem for everyone.
And sometimes, I know you've said in the past, if it's a bad algae bloom, sometimes it gets a little worse before it gets better. So that's, again, a part of the process.
Yeah, so I think we're past that part of the process, and you'll, like I said, you'll see a lot of good things coming.
Well, and Clark Environmental also takes care of mosquito abatement, keeping the critters at bay, and they do that consistently over the entire summer too.
Yes, so Clark, with spring also comes mosquitoes, and so the mosquitoes, you might have seen them in your backyard already. Clark has already started their program with that, and so they first try to get them in all stages of their life, and so you'll see them going around to catch basins and dropping tablets in there, and going through their whole program, but they've already started that program also.
Well, that's what happens. The snow melts and it's mosquito season. That's just how it goes. Well, other things you guys do, we think of you when we think of like roads and sidewalks. I know sometimes you're just in the engineering part, a little bit of oversight part on some of the projects, but for instance, it's at Midway and Linden, which is a village-sponsored project. You're coming along pretty good, and that's kind of an interesting set of roads over there.
Yeah, so the Midway and Linden project, and I think that was on your last televised update, that project is going very well. They're well ahead of schedule. Midway and Linden are our only two concrete streets in town. We did some research on how best to approach it, and really what they're doing is they're grinding the surface of the concrete and patching it and then doing an overlay with asphalt. The rideability of the concrete streets are just terrible. We were always nervous as far as what impact it may have on the homeowners. We were looking originally that it would be completely removal and replacement. We really didn't want to do that. Part of it is the cost, but part of it was residents in that area have lived through the deer path reconstruction and how long that took, and how difficult it was for different services and impact to their life. So we looked at a different approach, and we think within the next 2 weeks it should be a complete project. We also have a second road program this year that's more for just long stretches of resurfacing. And so we're going over to Greg's Parkway off of Milwaukee Avenue. And so from Milwaukee Avenue westerly to Bay Hill, it's Crenshaw's the roadway. That is also going to be resurfaced. And then also we're going over to the Arbor Theater, the extension to the south that was originally on the old Nike base, that's due for resurfacing. So we're going to take care of that area too.
Well, and if people want more information, the website, you reach out to the homeowners in those neighborhoods, but your website for the Public Works does have information about road rehab, or you can call to find out more.
Yeah, we try to communicate in a number of ways. We have a newsletter every week, and then we put the word out on social media also.
Well, and when we talk about those roadways, one of the things I noticed is over in the Midway, Linden, Deer Path area, you had to replace how the sidewalks attached. And I know just something as simple as making the sidewalk entry onto the roadway ADA compliant. That's something you've been going through as time permits and as the project makes sense, because sidewalks don't just connect anymore. They have to have a certain slope. They have to have the bumps in them. You got to do all that stuff.
Yeah, the requirements are very important. People who have some disabilities or are in wheelchairs, trying to get around in a wheelchair is a challenge, and so we need to make sure that the slopes are adequate. They can turn, they can go forward if you're in a wheelchair. And then also some people are impaired in terms of vision, and so those truncated domes and the different color, that helps with distinguishing where they're at any point in time. So it's helpful for multiple people using our sidewalk system.
Just one of those things that you as an engineer keep track of and Public Works makes sure happens. So we're talking about a lot of things Public Works does. We're kind of giving homage to your team over there. You guys are instrumental in, for instance, setting up for summer celebration, and you help with Rib Fest. You got people doing things all the time. You also do our somewhat green over there, because we can take some of our stuff over to Public Works and you'll recycle. I know you have a place for athletic shoes and textiles and even cell phones for soldiers.
Yeah, we have a lot of different opportunities. There's clothing and shoe recycling. There's bins right outside. You don't have to, wait to work within the normal working hours. You can self-help, but there's a drop-off box there, and people can drop off their shoes and clothing. So those things do get on people's feet or on their back. If it's so shredded, then they cut them into smaller sections that are used for handy wipes and things like that. We also just completed a reuse a shoe recycling event that's 2.5 days at our Public Works building, and that's really helpful. There's collection areas all throughout Lake County. They collect them throughout the year, and then for that 2.5 days, they bring them all to our Public Works building. We orchestrate that with Swelco, load onto trucks, and then those are recycled also.
When you're talking about that, that's a huge amount. I don't know if you do it in tons or the containers are huge.
So 2 semis are stacked full when they leave.
That's a lot of shoes. So that all comes through Public Works. So thank you for doing that. Well, and we also want to remind people you can come over there and get mulch anytime. If you want some free mulch, it's right around the corner at Public Works. You can come and scoop that into your containers anytime.
Yeah, so mulch is available. We try to chip our trees and process it. We leave it out front again on the public side, and so people can self-help theirself on their own schedule.
That's just some of the things Public Works is up to. You can look on the website, you can give a call, you can give an email. But we do want to thank you and your crew, and you've got some crew that's been with you a long time. And some of those guys are getting ready to retire, but thank you to all of y'all, because you guys have Vernon Hills on the top of your mind all the time and making things nice for us.
Yeah, and I appreciate the village board had a proclamation at last night's village board meeting, just really thanking us for what our Public Works Department does. We got a lot of people who really are committed to the organization, to the village. It's a great place, and they really help keep it that way.
Well, thank you to you. Thanks for coming out and talking to us, and thanks to your crew. Remember, go online or send an email or call or ask a question, but thanks for all you do, and thank you to your crew.
Okay, absolutely.
Well, it's a beautiful time of year. We're coming into summertime, so that means summer events. We're here with Lisa Fishbeck at the Village Hall. You're kind of like the summer event lady, so we're here to talk about stuff. And one of the things we want to talk about is the free Arbor Theater concert series. And if somebody hasn't been to them or isn't aware of them, listen up, because this is pretty cool stuff. So can you tell us, we're having a series of concerts, right?
Well, the Arbor Theater is located at 75 Fairway Drive in Vernon Hills, just north of the Athletic Center. We have 5 concerts throughout the year, and they're all free to residents or non-residents, and they can come on out, bring your lawn chairs and your towel or blankets, and sit and enjoy the concerts. They start on June 21st, and they play from 7 to 9 p.m. on Thursdays. We have the calendar on our website. We also have available copies in the lobby of the Village Hall. We start out the season with Spoken For, and then we have Suburban Cowboys, Cadillac Groove, Johnny Rustler and the Beach Bum Band, and Soda. And from what I understand, Soda is a pretty popular band here in Lake County. So we encourage everybody to come out and enjoy these free events. It's great for the family, and it's a good time.
And it is outside, and people dance, and it's for all ages because it starts at 7, so you're home by 9. A lot of people ride their bikes over to the Arbor Theater and make a night of it. So you can bring your picnic lunch or something.
Oh, absolutely. Bring out a picnic basket and enjoy your dinner and maybe some cheese and crackers and just enjoy.
And if you go online, I know you've got a little bit more about each of these bands. At some point, we don't care. It's a free band. You can't go wrong with that. But different genres, different things to be excited.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a little bit of country, a little bit of rock and roll, a little bit of oldies, and some a little bit of Parrot Head music too.
Parrot Head is always good in the summer, and this is free because it's sponsored by our cultural partners here in town who do so much.
Yes, our Cultural Partners program is open to corporate businesses and stuff throughout the village to support our activities such as the Oktoberfest, the 4th of July, the Arbor Theater concerts, and stuff to that effect. It's a contribution type program, and information is available on our website with regards to that.
Well, and when you think of it too, I don't like to mention it too much, but if it should get rained out, the Park District is a great partner, and things just move over to the Sullivan Center.
Right. We moved to 635 Aspen Drive, which is the Sullivan Center, and we have public works and signs, and everything will be out in case it rains.
But we won't talk about that because usually it doesn't. Usually Thursday's a pretty nice night.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
We have a good track record.
Well, and we talked about what the cultural partners support, and one of those things is 4th of July, and we celebrate 4th of July in Vernon Hills on the 4th of July, which this year it's Wednesday, and that day always starts with the parade, and that's one of those volunteer activities that you and your team plan all year for, and it's a big 4th of July parade.
Oh, we have a fantastic volunteer base that helps us out on the 4th of July. Our committee is fabulous. We meet several times throughout the year coordinating the event. We have all sorts of marching bands, the Colts Drum and Bugle Corps, the Cadets Drum and Bugle Corps, Band of the Black Watch, oh my goodness. We have a bagpipe band, we have costume characters and all sorts of events. Then you get the participants from the village, including our students at the high school and the junior high and the park district, and then vendors and commercial businesses come out to participate. So we usually have about 90 participants in the parade, and it starts at 9 a.m. on July 4th. And it's usually over by 11. We have an estimated population of about 10,000 that shows up for the parade. So it's a good event to come out to.
And if you've never been there before, it winds through the Deer Path neighborhood. It starts up kind of near Countryside Fire.
Mm-hmm. Right, it goes south on Deer Path, and then it goes left on Sullivan Drive, and then north on Aspen Drive, and ends at the elementary school.
So it's kind of a nice parade route in the neighborhood. People line the streets. And if you want to get involved, that's something you can go online. If you've got a group, a neighborhood group, or you're in an organization, you can be part of the parade. It doesn't cost anything.
Oh, it's free to all residents, and we highly encourage people to come in. And if you want to just walk in the parade, we do have a place where you can fall into the parade and just march and enjoy yourself. If you want to decorate your bicycle and bring it on in, we'll be more than happy to put you in the parade.
Yeah, and otherwise you can sign up though if you've got something specific you want to do. That way you get in the lineup. So you just go online and fill out the form and you take care of it.
Yeah, it's right on www.vernonhills.org.
So that's the parade, and that's our parade volunteers. Thank you. And then in the evening, we don't just do fireworks. There's also kind of like a little band and a party that happens before fireworks. So can you tell people about that, especially if they've not been around town for 4th of July?
Well, we have the Big Fun Band, which is sponsored by the Vernon Hills Park District, which we appreciate very much. They come in around 6:30, and they will play until 9:30, and then we have Melrose Pyrotechnics come in and does about a 25-minute show for the fireworks, and it's a beautiful display over over Big Bear Lake. So, and there is a huge following for this. So come on out and enjoy the band, and bring your picnic basket and enjoy the evening.
Yeah, to listen to the band, you got to get in a little closer. You got to get in by Century Park, and you got to get in there that way. But people like sit on the hill by Target and all over the place. You can see the fireworks from quite a ways.
Oh, it shoots off on the island in the center of Big Bear Lake, so it's visible from all over Vernon Hills.
So that's 4th of July. And if you want to get involved, you have an opportunity. And if you want to volunteer to help, your committee is great, but I suppose you're always looking for help, especially the morning of the fire or the morning of the parade.
We are always looking for help on July 4th in the morning from probably about 7 to 11 a.m. It's a great a great opportunity for families to get together and come on out. We'll be more than happy to put you to work. We need assistance in directing people to their parade lineup areas. We have several different parking lots. We have husbands and wives come out with their kids, and they don their little orange vests and help us line everybody up for the parade. And if you want to volunteer, please give me a call, and we will be more than happy to put you to work.
It's kind of a nice thing to do. It's kind of, you get to know your neighbors, you get to know everybody in town because everybody's out there. So.
Oh, it is fun. It is fun.
That's what everybody says. It's a fun time. So, well, let's talk about one other thing that's kind of close to your heart, and you started this several years back, but Garage Sale Central is a kind of a nice thing that the village does, a free service to kind of help all of us who like to go to garage sales or who are having garage sales. Tell us about that.
Right. You can go to Garage Sale Central on our website, and you can email me your information on your garage sale, and I'll be more than happy to put it on our website. We also broadcast the Garage Sale Central and the information out every Thursday afternoon. So you get roughly 2,148 notifications to residents throughout Vernon Hills about your garage sale. We'll put community garage sales. We'll create a map for your community. We have several community garage sales this weekend within Vernon Hills, and it's a great avenue to advertise for your garage sale.
It's a great place to go, too, if you're trying to organize your time. You just go to that every week, pull it up, see what's going on over the weekend. So, and we often come to you at the holidays in the winter, and we talk about the need in our community, either through the township food pantries or other places. And you're a great resource for helping coordinate collections and distribution. That need doesn't stop just because it's summer and it's nice out. There's need all year round. So that's something, if somebody wants to do a food or a non-perishable drive, you're here to help for that.
Absolutely. We support the Vernon Hills Township and the Libertyville Township on our food drive, and we have containers at the Village Hall, Public Works, and the Police Department where you can drop off any of your non-perishable food items or household items for families, such as toothpaste, toilet paper, and things to that effect. The need is throughout the year. These people need assistance 24/7. 12 months a year. So if you would like to host a food event in your facility or in your business office, we'll be more than happy to coordinate a pickup, and we will deliver it to the township office, and as well as you can drop it off here at the Village Hall or any of the village facilities. And it's a need that is nonstop.
Unfortunately, sometimes it's hidden. We don't see it, but it's there, and it's nice that we can help. And thank you, because sometimes getting your items where they need to go is the hardest part. So thank you for coordinating that here through Village Hall. So if people want to know more, they can email you, they can call you, they can look online. There's a lot of information online.
Right. Our website is very thorough, and we have a lot. If not, just give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help you out or get you to the direct person that you need to talk to, or put you to work on the 4th of July.
Thank you, and we look forward to summer. So thank you to you and your volunteers for all y'all do, and we will see you through all these events. Thank you.
All right.
We are at Countryside Fire on a beautiful day. We're with fireman Tony Rodkey, who's been busy teaching our kids all year long, and he wants to teach us a little bit more or remind us a little bit more as we get into the summer holidays. Tony, I know one of the things that makes you and all the firemen nervous is personal fireworks. That's just kind of like a no-no for you guys.
Yeah, it's coming into the summer season, and everybody wants to take those fireworks that they see at these little stands on the corners of highways and country roads and then bring it home and blow them off. And it's illegal here in Vernon Hills, so please leave it to the professionals. If you're going to get those fireworks, do it in a state that it's legal to do. It's not here in Vernon Hills. Please, it's dangerous. People are burning themselves. Children using sparklers. They have fell to their feet and then burned right through their shoes, causing serious burns. Serious burns end up in the hospital.
When you think about it, like when I grew up, maybe not you, you're not as old as me, but we always had sparklers and we ran around. So we think, oh, it was no big deal. But when you think about it, it's like running around with, I mean, how hot do those things burn? Then we're handing them off to kids?
1,500 degrees. That's 1,500 degrees. There's no forgiveness.
Yeah, exactly. So just because we did it doesn't make it right. So we can't be doing that.
I agree. And that's who's handling those sparklers. Mom and Dad light them, and then they hand them to their little 5-year-old, and they're running around, and it's so dangerous.
Well, like you said, just because you see them and just because you can buy them doesn't make it right.
That's correct.
Okay, so that's we don't mean to be taking the fun out of summer, but you can watch the fireworks at numerous places, including right here at Summer Cell and 4th of July.
Absolutely. There's going to be lots of different fireworks displays throughout the county, and opportunities to check out some really great displays.
Okay, there you go. That's the word to the wise right there. I know you also like to also remind us when it's time to get that grill out, get it cleaned off, get it going. What are some of the tools we need to have around, and how do we do it to be safe?
Well, we want to make sure that the grill, whether it's a charcoal grill or a gas grill, is at least 10 feet away from the house and on a non-combustible surface. I'm talking about gravel or concrete or asphalt or the brick pavers. Not on a wooden deck or a wooden balcony. Please, those are the types of places that are going to catch fire when you're not around. We want to make sure we have the correct size lid to your grill. If you're going to be starting a gas grill, make sure that grill lid is open when you do ignite the gas grill. And then for charcoal grills, we want to make sure we seal up those vents and make sure that lid's on it and 10 feet away from the house so that can cool down properly when you're finished using it.
Well, and like when you get a flare up, I mean, that's like even in the kitchen, you say the best thing to control a flare up is cover it up. So
that's right. That's why you got to make sure you have the lid available. And also it's important to keep those grills cleaned. The grease builds up from the different food products that we use, particularly chicken and beef, even the pork. We want to make sure those grills are cleaned up because that's how those flare-ups are going to occur with the excess grease that's left over.
And I know you said, cover it up, make sure it's out, but you still have to be away from the house because like you said, you go inside, it's the end of your party, you think everything's cooled off, but if it's too close to the house, you might not catch fire, but I've seen a lot of melted vinyl siding.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happens because it's too close to the house or it's windy. And sometimes from those charcoal grills, those embers that sift through the vents end up near the house or under the deck, and then that's how those fires can happen.
Well, and you also say too, you guys like to say everybody should keep a clear zone whenever you're doing something like that. Whether you're in the kitchen at the stove, whether you're outside, teach the kids to stay away, keep the pets away, because that's otherwise you're bringing the ambulance over to check on some burns.
That's right. We want to have a safe zone, so making sure that the children are playing somewhere away with the frisbee or the ball, the soccer ball, as you would in a house. You don't want to be turning around and they're right there, hot food spills, so forth. Big problems.
Okay, so that's cooking, and I know this is also when we start our fire pits outside. We do have some rules in Vernon Hills. You can't just like burn stuff randomly.
No, there's no burning of leaves or grass clippings or anything like that. The twigs that you rake up, it's all to be burned. Firewood inside a manufactured fire pit, at least again 10 feet away from your house.
How do you turn that thing off at night? What do you want to? What should we be doing to make sure it's good to go? So when we go to bed at night.
I'm glad you asked. You should have that nice bucket of water available, so when you do head out inside, away from the fire pit, you're gonna totally immerse the firewood, the burning coals with water.
So just like you would if you were doing a campfire out in the campsite.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on, and I know we can't even. There's just so much because people are outside. You'd like them to wear their helmets when they ride their bikes. There's so many things we want people to do. One of the things you had mentioned is boating time is coming up, and that also is something that you want to give reminders. And you've got some support for people who are boaters.
That's right. Coincidentally, we have a boating safety class on Friday, June 8th, 2018, at our Station 1. There's still plenty of seats available. Give us a call. I'll get you registered. That's a free class as well through the Illinois Department of Natural Resources. And one of the biggest messages is wear your life jacket. Wear your PFD, that's personal flotation device, when you're out on your boat. Whether you're a child, and it's required for 16 and under, set the examples as adults as well. Wear your life jackets.
And that's any size boat. So even if you're in a little rowboat or a canoe up on Big Bear Lake.
That's true. Wear your life jacket.
So that you can get more information online. And station number 1 is the one up in Mundelein, correct?
That's at 801 South Midlothian Road, Mundelein, Illinois.
Okay, so give Tony a call or go online and take a look at that. That's one of those you guys do training like all year round, first aid, CPR, all that kind of stuff. So if somebody wants to learn more about how to be safe, you guys are one of the go-to places.
Yes, our website's loaded with all the programs that we offer for the community. CountrysideFire.com. List our dates, list the activities available, and the trainings available for the community.
Well, and I know that's Countryside's major thing. They'd like it everybody was safe, so you never had to bring the trucks out anywhere. Like everybody just to be proactively educated and on it. So, but if something does happen, if something does go wrong, if you're thinking you might need help, you guys are also ready at a moment's notice. Can you remind people again how important it is just to feel comfortable to call?
When in doubt, call it out, 911. If you're asking that question, should I call? Yes. The answer is yes. Pick up the phone, dial 911, and we'll come over and find out what's going on.
Okay. Thank you for your help. Thank you to all the crew, and we look forward to a very safe and happy summer. So thanks for your help.
Us too. Have a safe summer.
Well, that wraps up this edition of the Vernon Hills Update. If you have comments or suggestions, please contact Mike Stordo at 847-918-3560 or email mikes@thehills.org. Thank you for tuning in to the Vernon Hills Update.